Hey, all, this is Joker Dark Rider. So as usual, I do updates videos like these every now and then, so I want to keep you guys basically on the info of what's happening now, being that the holidays are over. A lot of you would have noticed that the kind of schedule that we've had so far have kind of been out of whack over the last 2 weeks. Not so much with the Monster Hunter, but especially last week, but that's because what happens every year, it's Christmas and New Year's, so we kind of separate a little bit, just to be with family and stuff. So don't worry, as of the weekend that we'll be following this video, the videos will be back to normal, so look forward to that. We still have some slots that we haven't filled yet. We know some games that we want to put on the channel, but we just haven't had the chance to organise things properly. We know exactly what's going in Jade's spot where Stray was, so look forward to that this weekend. But we don't know what else is going to be on the channel with it. We'll decide that this week, and we'll try to get the new schedule adjusted as soon as possible, so that way you guys know exactly what's going to be happening from week to week. But one thing I will mention is a few videos that I've planned to, just random videos I plan to come in the future, as well as I mentioned I want to do really quickly that I am now affiliated on Twitch. I'm actually very excited, and I didn't think I would get there because there was a while where I was stuck on it. I have to have an average of 3 viewers per stream, and I had that for a couple streams, but it always says I'm like 2.93, so apparently someone just didn't exist. But nah, it went well. I finally got affiliated, which wasn't even the funniest part. I owed it a lot to a couple friends of mine. I had some streamer friends like Amari and Annie who they gave me encouraging support. They said that I would eventually get there and just not to give up. So I do appreciate them a lot. But I definitely owe it to people that were watching me. But the funniest thing is, literally the day I stream after becoming affiliated, I got rated twice by friends just because they knew I was on and decided why not, and I was really appreciative of that, though I was not expecting it. I had been rated once before, so seeing that happen, I'm like, oh, this is cool. I was excited and everything. Then 2 minutes later, the second one hits. I'm like, what's going on? This doesn't happen before. But overall, yeah, things are going well. So if you guys for those that didn't know after that spiel, I am streaming on Twitch. I will leave my Twitch in the description below, so look, if you want to check out my streams and stuff, go ahead, click on that. At the current moment, my schedule on Twitch is that I do streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes a random one on Saturday. That's not a scheduled one, that's just if I have some of the other ones of my friends that are interested in having a bit of a game, we will stream. That's basically how it works. If I don't have the ability to get a bunch of friends on and I have nothing that I feel like properly streaming, then I don't, because I have my 3 scheduled streams, which on Monday and Friday I do Digimon Stories Cyber Sleuth, and on Wednesday I do Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, because they're both good games, and I'm doing one of them as a challenge. Because what I'm doing is I'm playing through Cyber Sleuth because it's a really fun game, but the challenge one is Revengeance because I'm going to play through the entire game on normal difficulty, get myself upgraded and prepared to what I need to do, and then I'm going to play through the whole game on the hardest difficulty. I'm not going to progress I don't remember the difficulty levels, but what I do know is I'm not going to be going I think right now I've just got normal and hard, and I'm not if hard is the hardest difficulty, I'll go to that, but I feel like there's something above, and what I'm going to do is, if it unlocks, I'm going to go straight to that. If I can skip difficulties, I'm going to, because once before I finished on the hardest difficulty, and I'm like, why not give myself a challenge for people to watch on stream, and if I fail multiple times, people get to enjoy me suffering, so win-win. But yeah, and then on Saturdays, sometimes we do Phasmophobia, sometimes we do Monster Hunter. It really just depends, honestly. It just depends on what everyone are going on. But I might actually do a live randomize a Nuzlocke at some point. There's actually a poll of that going on my Twitter. So yeah, like if my Twitter is linked to my Twitch, so if you want to look at that, feel free. But yeah, I would welcome anyone that wants to check out my Twitch because things are going pretty well and I'm always happy to entertain. But there is back to the YouTube channel, which is where we are now. I'm going to mention a few videos I plan to bring up, but I plan to poke at a topic that a lot of people are not freaking picking up, and actually it's starting to get really stupid. This isn't an insult to anyone, so please no one take offense to this. But apparently a lot of people can't grasp common sense. And what I mean by that is, with the tips and tricks video I did for Act 1 of Inscription, it's exactly what it needed to be. I didn't tell you how to play the first act. That's not the point of the video. It neither was a gameplay display of the video. Like, there was gameplay in the background, but that was because it was background like viewing. It was something to watch while Light was talking. But my issue lies with the fact that people misinterpreted the idea of the video, because I had so many comments talking about how is my character's avatar really necessary? Could you shrink it? Why is it on screen? Can you get it off? I can't see the gameplay. And I'm like, I have an entire playlist of me playing the game on the channel. If you type it, if you go to our playlist area, it's on the top line of playlists if I'm not mistaken. If you want to watch the game, maybe click on the playlist of the fucking game. I'm sorry, but that's what it's there for. The idea of the tips and tricks video is not to watch you play, like watch me play the game. It is while there is something going on in the background, instead of just like it was experiment, because instead of like having just a still background, which didn't seem that interesting, for this type of video I wanted to do a interactive background so people could see something going on while I was talking. So it was like a slightly sped up version of the game while I was talking. Pretty simple. But apparently a lot of people didn't get that, because I wasn't talking about anything you had to do to progress the game. The tips and tricks I was telling people were stuff majoritively the game doesn't tell you, like secrets the game doesn't tell you can do that are helpful and or just things that are never mentioned. For instance, the ring and the cuckoo clock. A lot of people won't know about it because the game never mentions it. The game pretty much, like, you're expected to just like kind of stumble across that. Or it's like how some abilities work the way you don't think they do, where if you put the immortal symbol on a beehive, it makes itself plus every bee it spawns immortal, which means you like after it being attacked once or twice, you have an immortal army of bees, which they have fly, they don't have a cost, so you can play them and then tribute the fellowship, but then they go back to your hand, and you've basically got an infinite resource supply right there. It's like, these are things that the game doesn't tell you can do because they're combinations that it's just like, you have all of these types of effects in the game, see what you can mix. And that's what I did. And I was teaching people how to do this. It was teaching people the tips and tricks to make the game, especially Act 1, a little easier, as well as some of these tricks are ones that you can do in the challenge mode. And apparently, for a tips and tricks video, there was a few people, like the first few comments I got on it were actually people that got helpful like tips from it, which I'm glad. But over the last 2 months, I've had like a string of commenters talking about like the avatar, complaining about it being on screen, complaining about it being its size, asking if I can remove it, that they can't see the game, and I'm like, do you understand the point of a tips and tricks video? That it's like not designed to show you just me playing the game. It's designed to tell you tips and tricks. Like, it's not that hard to comprehend. I'm going to, like, literally, it's to the point now where when I do the second Axe video, which is one of the videos I plan to do soon, because my god, the reaction on the first act was amazing. I plan to do the second one very soon, but my god, at this point, at the very beginning of the video, I'm going to have to be like, before I start this video, no, I will not be shrinking the avatar because that's not the fucking point of the video. Like, I'll have to give a whole full disclaimer about that at the beginning of the video, because how many people did not get the point? Like, don't get me wrong, in terms of viewerships towards comments, a lot more people either got the point or just didn't care about the character, because I think the video had like has over 1,000 views, and I think there was only like 6 or 7 people I ever saw comments on the video. I mean, one guy commented only just to insult my character, but like, you're always gonna have people like that. That was one I kind of just ignored, but I think the comment even got deleted. I don't know why. I don't know if it was them or YouTube, but whatever. But yeah, it's like, it's so confusing on like how people just did not grasp the concept of that video. So hopefully when I do the second act, second, possibly third, and the challenge mode, hopefully by that time people will get the fucking point. And that's not aimed at everyone, that's just aimed at the very small minority of people that can't add 2 and 2 together. Like, it's not that fucking hard to comprehend. Like, again, there's a playlist that if they wanted to watch gameplay of it, they could easily click the playlist of it and watch that, because it's basically the same thing. Me playing through the game. You get to see it live. It's not like it's fucking rocket science. But moving past that, so yeah, I plan to do tips and tricks videos for Act 2 at some point. I'll be doing that soon-ish. I have to play like back through Act 1 again, which won't be the most difficult thing, especially because of how much I've abused the game. The only thing I'm waiting for is I'm trying to set the Ouroboros up to where it was in that video, because after that video I plan to do Acts 2 and 3, but I think it was for a different idea. I had to finish the game, but the problem is that, which means it got finished, so I had to start again, and I believe I left the Ouroboros like 15 attacks. I'm going to try get him back to that because I didn't raise him too much in that video, because I want to like he's kind of the only crossover between Act 1 and Act 2, so I kind of want to get him to that spot, so that way it's kind of like I'm continuing from that video, but we'll see on that. Another video I plan to do is as I said, I recently been streaming Digimon Story CyberSnakeStudios, and it got me thinking, there's probably a lot of people that are either playing it now or don't even know about it. It by far, I would say, is the best Digimon game, especially for new players, because every Digimon game, while I love a lot of them, almost every Digimon game has some type of glaring flaws. Some are minor, some are major. It really depends on the game. Like, some Digimon games, they don't explain where to go properly, so it's kind of easy to get lost. Some, like Digimon Dawn and Dusk, while really great games, most of the maps are like massive dungeon mazes that you can easily get lost in, and it's really hard to find your way, and sometimes even just trying to look up online guides on where to go would be a nightmare. So it's a great game, but and then you have things like Digimon Survive, which again, really great game, but not everyone likes visual novels, especially ones where, like Digimon Survive, it's basically like 85-90% story and talking and drama, and only like 5-10% of it is actually Digimon fighting. Like, most people when they play a Digimon game, they want to fight with their Digimon. A story is really compelling, but if like they have to wait like 20-ish minutes per battle, like if they have to wait these massive gaps before they're actually able to fight again, and then the fight only lasts like 5-10 minutes, but then they're back to like huge brackets of story, it does not feel like a Digimon game. There's plenty of other games that do that, but people will want to sit through them because that's what those franchises are for. But then you've got Digimon Story CyberSnakeStudios, which it's got a perfect blend. There is a lot of battling and story. It's kind of, it's 55-50, like 55 to 45, or it's 50-50 depending on how you look at it. Because the story, like it's got proper story in it, but it doesn't like wind down on the battling either. There's full-on dungeons you can fight. There's bosses in every turn. Most of the story elements lead to to fight, so it just depends. If anyone gets a chance, Digimon Story CyberSnakeStudios, I would heavily recommend it. Especially getting the complete edition at the moment will be very gratifying, because while I hate the sequel to no end, and I could go into length of why, the good thing about having the complete edition, which gives you both, is it not only gives Cyber Sleuth's base game access to all the Digimon from Hacker's Memory, except for like a few that are story locked. It also gives them access to the Ultra level, which are those kind of above Mega Digimon. Because beforehand you only had a few, but now I've actually confirmed that you can have more of them. I think there's like over 60 or 70 different Ultras that you can have, which are great, including all the, like, some of the Royal Knights Omegas, but like then you've got Omnimon, who was an Ultra, he was always in the game, but now you've got things like Kabuterimon has his Mega version, which is Hercules Kabuterimon, but then now he's also got his Ultra, which is like this giant demonic bug thing. I forget what it's called. But yeah, like back to the point though. While I will be playing that on stream, one thing I will be doing in my spare time is setting things up, because I have to make sure I can show exactly how early you can do it. I'm gonna be starting from the beginning of the game, but there is for some people that are playing, some people don't realize on how early, like in the early games, of course you want to like XP farm because you want to have the ability to make your Digimon stronger so you won't die as much. However, a lot of people don't realize on how early you can actually make an XP farm team. So like there are Digimon that increase how much XP you get that you can easily get very early on. Like certain Digimon that you can get very early on that give you like a chance to farm money. Stuff like that. Like there's very easy ways to set all that up, basically from the beginning of the game. And like there's a feature, like there's equipment that you can give to them that increase that even further, which you can get probably like just a few missions in, and there's a lot of missions in the game, so it's still technically the beginning. So I thought about, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna make a video pretty much explaining all of this to like the people that are interested, because if you guys know exactly how high the jump of XP is when using this strategy, it is insane. So look forward to that for those Digimon fans, because that's going to be coming soon. And yeah, I'll be pretty much going into detail, showing on screen how early you can get the Digimon, how to get the Digimon, like which evolutions you go through, because you can, unlike any other game, Digimon Story CyberSnakeStudios lets you pick which Digimon which choices your Digimon digivolve into, and you can pick which one. What was it? Dawn and Dusk did the same thing, but not to as a complexity, because it's a lot easier to kind of work towards which one you want. But yeah, like I could easily help you guys kind of like figure all the details out. Also how to get like the items to upgrade as well. So look forward to that. And again, I'll be doing the inscription one again like at some point soon, but when I set it up. So look forward to that. And hopefully people aren't as much of an idiot on that one. Again, I also apologize, like I probably should have said this earlier, but if anyone watching this watched that previous video and was one of those commenters that made one of those comments, I do apologize. I am not insulting you directly. I do apologize if it sounds like that, because basically it sounds like I am, but I'm not trying to. It's more out of frustration because people didn't understand the point, or at least a few people didn't understand the point of that video. I understand some people might get confused, but there is a playlist of the game, so I don't understand why. There was even some people that was going back and forth with me on like why I did remove the character and stuff. So at the end of the day, I'm like, if you are one of those commenters and you somehow are watching this right now, I do apologize if it sounds like I'm insulting you. I do not mean any offense to it. It's just that it was kind of common sense. So again, I do deeply apologize, but come on. It was there. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I am going to be working on... I'll be figuring out which one I'm going to work on right now. I don't know if I'll work on the Digimon video now or if I'll work on the inscription one now. I might roll the dice to see which one I want to work on first. But yeah, things have been pretty well so far. Things have been progressing really well. And as usual, if you guys want to check out our YouTube videos, we record literally, like we're going back to the normal schedule, and as usual you'll see videos every weekend, so look forward to that. This video will pretty much be going out like, I think tonight's Tuesday night. If it's not out tonight, it'll be out tomorrow night, so either way. But yeah, if you want to check out the like other videos we do on YouTube, feel free. We got plenty of playlists to look through. I hope you guys enjoy some of that. I do need to make a playthrough of Jade Stray because I haven't done that yet. But yeah, and then you've got the Twitch, where if you guys want to check that out, feel free. As I said, I will stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is the schedule. I stream 7 to 10 PM on those days. I think it's AEST. I think that's Australian Eastern Standard Time, I'm not sure. I run by Brisbane, Queensland, Australia time. So I'm not the best with time brackets, but yeah, if you guys who are smarter than me can figure that out, then yeah, you guys will pretty much know exactly like what time it is. So yeah, I hope to catch some of you on the stream. Hope to catch some of you commenting in some of the videos and enjoying our content. We're always here to entertain. But for now, my friends, I will leave it there. So for now, leave a like, leave a subscribe, check out videos, and we shall see you in the next video. Thank you and goodbye.